So excited to have you today. My name is Kristen Baker. Welcome to today's presentation, 5 shifts to closing 3 new Soulmate Ideal clients in 24 hours without hustling. I'm so glad to have you here today. We're going to dive right in because I have some really great content for you. So let's talk about who this is for. So you are in the right place. If you are a service-based entrepreneur or small business owner, you are someone who sells and delivers your own services, so not somebody else's, and you have the ability to package and price your services. So maybe you're an interior decorator, you're an event planner, image consultant, you're a coach of any kind, and you want a practice full of Soulmate Ideal clients only, and to grow your business to the 6-figure mark and beyond. So if this describes you, pay very close attention because this is going to be the best 60 minutes you have spent working on your business. All right, so in the next 60 minutes, we are going to talk about how to get clarity on your soulmate clients, how to repel needy, demanding, critical clients who constantly ask for extras and freebies and leave you feeling drained and exhausted. Why low prices are actually hurting your clients and what to do instead. And what it really takes to attract only high quality leads who value you and who can afford whatever your rates are without complicated, confusing marketing tactics or strategies. So here's my promise to you. On this masterclass, I'm going to give you a step-by-step strategy to close 3 new Soulmate Ideal clients in 24 hours into a 4-figure premium package and never worry about money again. But before we dive into the good stuff, let me check in with you and see where you're at. Does this sound like you? Have you hit an income ceiling in your business? Are you tired of sacrificing all the little things? Do you want to upgrade your lifestyle, but the idea of taking on more clients just sounds like more work, more exhaustion, and more money that you just have to give to the IRS? Do you attract prospects who want free advice, tire kickers, people who can't afford your rates and waste your time with endless questions? Do you attract prospects that take weeks, months, years of follow-up to close? Are you worried that if you can't get this business off the ground, replace your previous full-time income, you're going to have to go back and beg for your old day job where you were underappreciated and undervalued? Or worse, are you worried that your significant other is going to start feeling resentful that you're not contributing? Do you find it incredibly frustrating that your competitors are making more money than you and they aren't even as good as you? Are you tired of hearing them rave about their amazing clients? Meanwhile, yours have unrealistic expectations of you and they're constantly asking for extras and discounts. Do you wish you could take off more time for vacation? Guilt-free? Guilt-free? And do you feel exhausted, drained after work, unable to be present with family and friends because your clients take so much out of you? Are you tired of struggling to attract ideal clients who pay you what you are worth, allow you to shine, and actually value your expertise? Well, if any of that sounds like you, I have good news, because those are just the symptoms. The real problem is that you haven't yet made what I call the shifts. And we're going to talk about those in a second, but for right now, just know that once you have made them, you get to accept only high-quality ideal clients who appreciate you, value you, are happy to pay your price no matter what it is, and feel lucky that they found you, who become walking billboards for your work. You'll deliver your services in a way where you feel lit up, energized, inspired, and you get to leave work relaxed, fulfilled, and fully present for your friends and family. You get to say no to non-ideal clients and let go of clients who complain or are demanding without worrying how you're going to pay the bills. You get to feel relaxed at work so you don't need so much vacation time, but when you do go on vacation, you get to do it guilt-free. You get to have influence in your industry, able to reach out and collaborate with the best of the best in your field. And you get to spend time at work indulging in your creative ideas, mastering the delivery of your service to your clients, and spending less time having to hustle for new clients. You get to feel good and at ease spending money on yourself your business, and others. And finally, you get to make a real difference in your prospects and your clients' lives and feel in alignment with your true purpose. Now, before we go too much further, let me take about 2 seconds just to introduce myself real quick so you know who I am and why you should listen to me. So I've been in sales for nearly a decade. I've closed over $100 million in sales for my clients. And my average contracts were around $1 million. So I've been in high ticket sales for nearly a decade. And not only do I bring that background and experience to my teaching and to my clients, but I also have a master certification in Jungian spiritual psychology, life and money coaching, where I was trained in the latest research of neuroscience and positive psychology. But the way that I really discovered these 5 shifts was from that decade of high ticket sales. I worked side by side in a very small team with some of the top producers in the whole country. I mean, top 10 producers consistently year after year. And I watched them, make millions and millions of dollars for themselves and for their clients year after year. And I also watched them side by side, the mediocre producers who struggled to close $40,000 a year. And I noticed the differences. And I noticed that what the top producers were doing differently to acquire and close the best, most lucrative contracts available. Now, when I combined what I learned from the strategy of sales and the top producing in sales with the high-end mindset training that I received, I saw deeper factors that were at play, the differences between the top people and the mediocre people. And I realized that they were these 5 key shifts that you need to be able to attract and convert soulmate clients consistently. Bottom line is that there are 5 key shifts that you must make in order to attract and convert soulmate clients. And I'm going to walk you through all 5 of them on this session today. All right, let's dive in. Number 1. All right, so shift number 1 is that you must identify your soulmate clients. So I worked with a woman who had a list of 15 people and she was making 6 figures a year. And I know entrepreneurs who have a list of 9,000 people who are barely making ends meet. What's the difference? Crystal clarity on your target client. Now, this is something that I learned very early on in my sales career. So if you know your target clients inside and out, you can find them anywhere. You can find them in a grocery store, in an airport. You can ask a few questions and you can have a new 4-figure client within 24 hours. If you can't do that, you don't know your target client well enough. You could have a tiny list, a small social media following, but be leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table because you don't know how to speak to them and close them. Not to mention if you have a big list or a big following. So in order to make good money, you have to know your target clients inside and out. This is the bare minimum. Now, soulmate clients are a subset of your target clients. Now, there are plenty of people who make decent money working with their target clients. I was one of those people in my former sales career. But people who make great money in their purpose are serving a subset I call soulmate clients. Now that's when you get to make great money, doing work that lights you up day to day, where you feel appreciated, valued, seen for your true authentic self and your greatest gifts and strengths. When you work with soulmate clients, your business will be serving your purpose. Money will be a tool of your purpose. It won't be your master. Working with soulmate clients ensures that you maximize your impact and influence. It ensures that you have the resources to get your message out in a bigger way if that's something that you want. It means that you get to have people apply to work with you, have invitation-only high-ticket offers. You can have high standards without scaring people away. You attract people who are committed, who can easily afford whatever your rates are because they value you at the highest level. It means that you have no competition because you're serving the people that only you are meant to serve. And ultimately, it will be easier and more risk-free to scale your marketing and sales efforts. Every single person that you get on your list, you know that not only can you convert them, get a great ROI on your efforts, but you'll build a business that fulfills and serves you and your unique purpose that makes the impact that you want to make. But if you don't know your soulmate clients well enough. And I've seen so many people struggle here and settle here. You will waste huge amounts of time and money struggling to build a list or build a list that never converts. You'll attract people who can't afford to work with you. They're demanding, they're needy, and who, even though your service is amazing and is designed to get them results and outcomes, they don't get results because they complain and they don't put in their part. And I know that you didn't start your business to settle for clients who don't value the amazing work that you do. So, how do you identify your soulmate client? Well, there are a lot of layers to correctly identifying your soulmate clients, and I take my clients through all the steps to ensure that this is exactly spot on, because it is critical to building a business that is both profitable and fulfills you. But today I want to share the first step, and it's a critical distinction that I don't see anybody else talking about. So the first step is that I want you to look at the kind of work that you want to be doing with this soulmate client, focusing on the work, not the person. All right. So what I see most people do is they start by choosing a demographic, a target market, a psychographic. They choose a kind of person based on who they think would be fun to work with, who they think can afford it, who they think values their offer. And these things are eventually important to think about, but they shouldn't be the very first step because there are too many assumptions that may or may not be true. Most of us come in with preconceived notions. We come in with a filter about people, conditioned assumptions, what certain kinds of people can and cannot afford, how fun or easy it'll be to work with them, if they're demanding or easygoing. And the problem is that these assumptions will unnecessarily limit you. And if you limit yourself here, you're going to miss out on your true soulmate clients. You'll settle. And you'll waste months, years, decades serving the wrong people. So for example, if you're a fashion stylist, do you gravitate towards fashion trends for young socialite moms, for professional speakers, or do you gravitate towards attire for personal branding in a corporate setting? Which work do you enjoy more? Which do you want to become an even deeper expert in? What expertise comes naturally to you? If you're a photographer, are you more interested in shooting and editing infant portraits or authentic candids at weddings? Not, do I like dealing with brides or babies more? Not who is more fun to work with, but what work is more fun? What work lights me up? What work makes me feel strong? What work do I enjoy becoming the expert in more and more every day? This is about sharing yourself, who you are, your gifts authentically, the work that makes you feel strong, the expertise that you naturally devour. So here's why I want you to focus on this first. And I talk more about this in depth in shift number 4, but the bottom line is this. The kind of people that show up, their objections, whether or not they can afford it, whether or not they're demanding or easygoing, they're a reflection of your mind and your relationship with your value. And so it won't matter who you choose, your default client patterns are going to show up. So you may as well choose the kind of people where you get to do the kind of work that you love. Right? You may as well choose the kind of people where you get to do the work that you love. This is going to motivate you to continue growing your business and to transform your default client patterns when difficult clients show up to test you. So if you love working weddings, work with brides. And when you do the work that I teach you in shift number 4, you're going to stop attracting bridezillas and start attracting brides that adore you and are happy to pay your premium prices. All right? This is critical to attracting the right people. So let me tell you about my client, Liz. So Liz, she came to me as a generic travel agent. She wasn't clear on her soulmate clients and she was struggling to make ends meet. Her business, it was in the red. She was losing money every single year because she was investing very heavily in marketing that wasn't getting a return. And she was struggling to close $150 contracts with her clients. And she didn't attract clients who valued her unique offering. And once she went through my proprietary soulmate client process, we realized that she was passionate about, strongest in, and an expert in travel for large families, coordinating all their interests, all their personalities, cultural European experiences, not beach vacations or cruises. And so she started marketing herself to that soulmate client. And when she did that, she was able to raise her prices, and she closed her first $15,000 contracts within 6 months of working together. She 10 times her contract rate in 6 months of working together. And she now averages $3,000 to $5,000 contracts where she doesn't make anything less than that. Her marketing costs are about 10% of what they used to be because she knows where her soulmate clients hang out, what to say to draw them in, and we streamline her process so that now she has a signature system where she used to spend 6 months working with a client. Now she has their trip plans in 6 weeks or less. She gets to spend half the amount of time that she used to spend getting it planned. She's also way happier at work. Her clients adore her. They value her unique expertise. They are glad to pay her higher rates. They don't complain. They don't ask for discounts or extras. And she gets to do work she loves. She gets to plan trips that are unique, custom adventures versus trips that any, decent assistant could plan. Now, she's also somebody who started with a very small list, less than 200 people. And it was actually from a previous, completely unrelated business. And she was able to convert many of those people into clients and into referrals because she was so crystal clear on who her soulmate clients were and how to speak to them and draw them in. All right, shift number 2, create an irresistible premium offer. So in order to reap the real rewards of working with your soulmate clients, you have to be committed to serving people at the highest level. This has to be a non-negotiable in your life and your business. And every single day, you must be committed to taking steps to stretch yourself to help them even more, to get the help you need, tools, skills, and knowledge you need. And crafting an irresistible premium package is a major part of that. So before you go out and market to them, you have to be clear on what you're going to sell to them and how you're uniquely going to serve them. So the first and the most important step in truly serving them, truly helping them, is to start by focusing on the primary outcome that you provide and to decide a price that helps your clients reach that outcome. So meaning, once you've identified your soulmate client, you need to then identify a primary outcome they want and how the work that you do helps them solve it. So for example, if you're a corporate branding photographer, you're not just giving them pretty photos. You're helping them get more quality leads on their sales calls because those photos in their branding has positioned them as higher quality in the marketplace. So you must design your offer around that primary outcome. All right, so another example would be if you're an image consultant for moms, you're not helping them get clothes or organize their closet, you're helping them connect more authentically in their friendships because now their outsides match their insides. And so in my program, I help my clients determine the best structure for their offer to help their soulmate clients reach that outcome. And so what that might look like for this image consultant is that she could offer a VIP day where at the end of it, the only clothes that are left in her soulmate client's closet are ones that truly match her authentic self. Or maybe the outcome that she's helping them achieve requires a 6-week or a 6-month package. So as the expert, you have to create offers that are designed to help your soulmate clients get their desired outcomes, all right? You have to create offers that are designed to help your soulmate clients get their desired outcomes. And you have to educate them about what's required in order to achieve those desired outcomes, all right? Now, the next step is that you have to price your offer to help your clients achieve those outcomes that they want, which means that you have to charge a premium price. It means you have to charge, $1,500, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Here's the thing. Low hourly rates are a disservice to your soulmate clients. Number one, they want to pay for the outcome. They don't want to pay per hour. They don't want to have to figure out how many hours it's going to take for them or for them with you or how many hours they need with you to reach that ultimate outcome. They don't want to have to figure it out. And they don't want to have to micromanage you to get that outcome or try to, make sure that they're not using too many hours or, oh my God, that's just way too much work for them. All right. They don't want to have to micromanage the entire process to reach that outcome. They don't want an employee. They want a consultant. They want an expert. They want a guide. All right, that's why you have to price it in that way. And furthermore, when all of your time is spent working with people at low rates, you have no money and no time to perfect your craft, to get better and better at it, and then thus to help your clients achieve those outcomes faster and faster with less sacrifices. All right, not to mention that your clients actually get better outcomes the more they spend. So think about it this way. Who do you think is more likely to lose weight? The person who just committed and spent $5,000 to finally solve this problem once and for all and to, get it off and keep it off? who's getting the top quality, the best of the best health coaching and personal training, somebody that has the time to perfect their process, to make it better and better constantly and constantly, or the person who's spending $100 a session for a personal trainer who, which of those two people is eating sugar in between sessions, canceling sessions, no-showing sessions, putting sessions off, and who's in it to win it, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. The more skin they have in the game, the more likely they're going to be to reach the outcome. So throwing out, $150 self-study for your clients, it isn't doing them any favors, right? So I heard a statistic recently that says something like 10% of people who buy a self-study program actually finish it. 10%. That's it. And that's just finishing. So how many of those people are actually getting results? Now listen, I don't know about you, but I didn't get into this business to have 10% of my clients maybe getting results, right? So do you want 10% of your clients maybe getting results, or do you want 80%, 90%, 100% of your clients actually? Less than 10% impact really why you started your business? I know it's not why I started mine. So now this does not mean, here's what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that you have to only do one-on-one offers with people, right? I want you to be able to leverage your time. But there are plenty of ways to leverage your time and still deliver amazing, high-quality, outcome-driven services. All right. Now, this is something that I help my clients determine for themselves and their desired business model. So it doesn't mean you have to do one-on-one. There are plenty of ways to leverage your time, but you still have to be highly, highly focused on high-quality, outcome-driven services. All right. Now, here's the trick and the big warning. Okay. So you cannot just go out there and willy-nilly raise your price. What's going to happen is that you're going to get countless objections. All right, so in order, and I know, like, if you're already like, gosh, Kristen, how could I charge a premium price? I'm already getting objections at this lower price point. Because here's the thing, is that in order to raise your price and actually get it and actually help people achieve outcomes, both your messaging and your mindset must be aligned. If those two things are not aligned, you're going to get objections. So if you're getting objections right now, it's because those two things aren't aligned, okay? So without those two things being like nailed, you're going to continue to get objections no matter what your price is. Could be low, could be high. You will constantly get those objections without your messaging and your mindset aligned. But in order to really serve your clients at the highest level, you have to be committed. You have to be committed to helping them, which means you have to be committed to raising your prices and learning how to do so and getting the skill set and the mindset required and aligning your messaging and mindset. All right? So here's the bottom line, is that I talk to people day in and day out, right? And most people say that they're committed to helping people, that they want to help people, but their actions aren't in alignment with that. And if you want, a business that you love, if you want to attract soulmate clients, if you want to make great money, if you want to make an impact with people, your actions must be in alignment with truly serving people, with truly helping people. I talk to a lot of people that are more afraid of rejection than helping people. They're more committed to staying in their comfort zone than helping people. They're more committed to being liked. And, the question is, and they're more committed to avoiding rejection than actually making an impact. So you have to ask yourself, are you more committed to your comfort zone? Are you more committed to helping people? Are you more committed to serving or being liked? Are you more committed to impacting, or are you more committed to avoiding rejection? All right, because in order to truly serve and find and close those soulmate clients, you have to be committed to helping them reach outcomes, to getting, which means also that you have to get the best experience, the best training in your industry. It means you have to learn how to speak your client's language in order to actually impact and influence them and help them make a real change. All right. So just a real quick recap. Number one, you have to identify your soulmate clients. And number two, you have to create a premium offering with a premium rate that's outcome-based and focus your marketing efforts around selling that offer. All right, so shift number three is to find them and close them in 24 hours with 3 simple actions. So now that you're clear on who your soulmate clients are and the primary offer that you want to sell them into, in order to close new clients into your premium package inside 24 hours, you need to focus on booking enrollment conversations and getting clients to yes and paying you on that enrollment call if they are a great fit. Okay, so you have to focus on booking enrollment conversations where you get clients who are a good fit to yes and pay you on that call. All right, now if you're not familiar with what an enrollment conversation is, it's just simply a structured one-on-one call where you determine if it's a good fit to work together. And again, if it is, you get to yes and you get paid on the call. So the way that we book them to get these people, to get your soulmate clients, potential soulmate clients into these enrollment conversations, I recommend a very simple two-part marketing strategy. Now, the first part of this marketing strategy to get people in these enrollment conversations is to engage potential soulmate clients one-on-one. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to identify the top places to start engaging with your ideal prospects one-on-one. Now, just to reiterate, you need to focus your marketing efforts on one primary outcome, one soulmate ideal client, so that you don't dilute your efforts. So because, the first step is to book enrollment conversations, the first thing you want to do that is to get engaging with potential soulmate clients one-on-one. Now, who they are and the outcomes they want informs where they are. So whether it's online or offline, once you know who they are, it's really, really easy to find them. So let me give you some examples. So if your soulmate clients, let's say they're stay-at-home moms who want more energy to play with their kids or engage with their kids or whatever, right? So if you prefer in person, so if you prefer offline, you might find a local meetup group for moms who are looking to get healthier, right? Now, if you prefer online, you might want to find like a Facebook group for moms who are looking to get healthier and engage with people one-on-one there. Really find people one-on-one who are looking for the outcome that you provide and start engaging with them one-on-one. Again, whether it's online or offline, doesn't matter as long as you begin to engage with them one-on-one around solving this problem and reaching this outcome once and for all. Another example might be, let's say your soulmate clients are brides. If you prefer offline, you might want to go to bridal conventions. Again, now, and if you prefer online, you might want to start to share your expertise in bridal forums online, right? If people have questions about, let's say you're an event planner and they have questions about how to, where to start and, what to do first, maybe you start sharing your expertise on bridal forums online with, one very specific person. So you want to engage with people one-on-one. Now, if you've been building a social media following or an email list around your expertise, we want to tap in there because there's a high likelihood that your soulmate clients are hanging out there. So you'll start there. And as you change your messaging and your mindset, and the clearer and clearer you are about who those soulmate clients are, you're going to start to draw them out even if you haven't been able to see them before. But again, once you find them, you want to start interacting with them one-on-one immediately. You want to show up as the expert. You want to, talk to them about their problem, about their outcome. And if they're a good fit, if they do fit into that soulmate client category, what you're going to do is you're going to invite them one-on-one to have an enrollment conversation with you right away. This is how you can close people within a 24-hour period of meeting them. So there are some soulmate clients who are ready to get help right now. Right away. They don't need weeks. They don't need years. They don't need, months to warm up. They want the solution now. They want the solution yesterday. And so that's how you're going to tap into them, find them, and close them very, very quickly and support them and help them very quickly. So this is really important, and this is a very high-touch marketing strategy, okay? I get that, and I recommend it for a few reasons, but I don't recommend that you do it forever or even very long, but in the beginning, it really helps you do a few very critical things, okay? Number one is that it helps you get to know your soulmate clients inside and out, so that once you are automating and scaling your marketing efforts, once you're getting more visible, you actually know who they are and you know where they are and you know how to speak to them and you are sure that they're actually soulmate clients that you really want to work with. It helps you connect with real, viable soulmate prospects in days, not months. I mean, again, this helps you really serve people immediately. And number three is that this is the fastest path to closing soulmate clients in 24 hours because you're connecting with real, viable soulmate prospects and you're helping them right now and you're connecting with people who don't want to, they wanted the solution yesterday. They don't want to wait weeks and months and years. This is really effective for all three of these reasons. All right. Now, the other beauty of this approach is that, until you are ready to streamline and scale your marketing efforts, until you are crystal clear. So when you focus on one primary outcome and until you're ready to scale and streamline, until you know exactly where that overlap is between where you shine and what your ideal, soulmate clients find irresistible, you can tailor your offers as needed, as long as it's within the same audience and outcome. So what that means is, let's say your expertise is around helping fashion bloggers make more affiliate sales using your skills as a graphic designer, okay? So maybe as you talk to one prospect, what they're gonna need is that they need a full website rebrand, but maybe somebody else only needs Instagram graphics. And then somebody else that you talk to might need both. So you can customize your offer depending on what it is that they need and really, specializing it to their specific next step outcome that they want. But you've really shown up as the expert in achieving this outcome, okay? So that's the beauty of it, is that you can talk to a very small amount of people and tailor your offer as needed within the same audience and outcome. And again, that helps you get to know them. It helps you fastest path to cash. It helps you really serve people very quickly. Now, of course, if another opportunity comes your way that's still in your zone of genius, it still aligns with your profit and your time goals, that's outside this, this one primary outcome, of course, absolutely. But what happens is that you really want to focus your marketing efforts on one primary outcome, because that allows you to close people who are ready now, but it also allows you to build a community where you warm people up who actually do want to buy from you later, okay? Okay, so part 2 of this simple 2-part marketing strategy to book enrollment conversations is simple strategic content creation that's going to produce applications into enrollment conversations with people who want to work with you. So essentially, the second strategy that we're going to use to get you more enrollment conversations with potential soulmate clients is to warm up the people who aren't yet ready to buy immediately using a few very simple, high-quality pieces of content each month, where when you position yourself as an authority in one primary outcome to everyone in your community, you're now going to have more consistency in your pipeline. All right, so a handful of strategic, high-quality pieces of content each month in very strategic places is going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to build credibility in your prospect's mind so that once they're on this enrollment conversation with you, they're already bought in. They already know that you can help them solve their problem. Number two, it's going to help you build your own confidence, which is really, really important. Your certainty that you can help people is extremely critical to you being able to close and convert new soulmate clients. And number three is that it's going to produce applications to enrollment conversations of people who want to work with you. So people are going to see this content. They're going to see you as an expert in helping them reach an outcome. This is very important, right? So if you just have willy-nilly content and your content is not positioning you as an expert in helping them reach the outcome that they want, that's why most content strategies don't work, okay? But when you position yourself as an expert to help them reach a very specific outcome, it's going to start working very differently than before if this is a strategy that you've tried before, okay? And it's very simple. I'm not talking about bogging yourself down and getting overwhelmed in content. It's a very small handful of very high quality, very strategic pieces, and you put them in very strategic and specific places. And what that's going to do is that it's going to have people start to reach out to you for enrollment conversations, which again, once they're in those enrollment conversations, you can close them into premium packages. All right. So again, just to recap, that's it. These are the 3 simple actions that you need to take every single day to be able to attract and convert soulmate clients into your 4-figure premium package. That's it. Super simple. Beyond these 3 actions, everything else that I do with my clients is about helping them. Everything else that I do with my clients to help them find and enroll soulmate clients is all about making these actions more effective, more impactful, higher converting, and better clients. We keep the actions very, very minimal. We focus on making the effort stronger. We focus on honing the skills of these 3 things. And the skill set required to make these things effective is very, very important to making them effective. And so we focus on honing the skill set, and we focus on honing the mindset of these 3 simple actions. But everything else to find and convert soulmate clients is busy work. It's unproductive time. All right. I mean, if it needs to get done, then get a VA to do it, but it's not helping you enroll soulmate clients. All right. Everything outside of this is not helping you enroll soulmate clients. So you want to make sure that these are the three things that you're focusing on. Now, this is very high touch, okay? And again, this high touch marketing and sales approach, it allows you to get to know your soulmate clients inside and out, to make sure that they actually are soulmate clients. Because again, I don't want to see you build a business that drains you and burns you out, and you go all this big way and you built this business and you realize you don't even like your clients, right? So this high-touch marketing and sales approach really allows you to get to know them very, very well, because there's only so much thinking and journaling that we can do to help you get to know your soulmate clients and attract them. At some point, you have to go out and learn in the field. Okay, so that's one thing that it really helps you do, but it is not forever. Okay, this high-touch approach is not forever. So I want you to be really clear on that. As you master the skills in these three actions, as you get clear on what's working, you can start to leverage and automate your marketing and sales, okay? You can leverage your time, you can get even more visible, you can scale your business, all right? But these three things, they help you, set you up to be able to do that in a very low risk way, in a very effective way. And again, to make sure that you are actually only attracting soulmate clients. You're not just, taking anybody and everybody into your business, and now you're burnt out and you hate it, and you built a business where it's complete golden handcuffs, all right? So it's very important that you do this, but it doesn't take, when you master the skills, and it doesn't take very long, then you can automate and scale your sales and marketing. And you eventually do want to get there, because I see too many people, they do get stuck in the high touch stuff and it doesn't allow them to grow. So you want to master the high touch and move on very quickly into automating, okay? But again, in the meantime, when you take these three actions, when you start with this high touch approach to find and close soulmate clients, and you master these skills, you make money immediately, and you get to know your soulmate clients better and better every day, how to attract them, how to repel people who aren't soulmate clients. And every day you attract them more and more easily. And you set yourself up to scale faster, and you can expand on what's working because you actually know what's working, all right? So again, three very, very simple things. Now, here's the thing I just want you to know is, if you do not focus on these three things, if you waste time in busy work, unproductive work, you waste time, building a website, perfecting your social media profiles, putting together business cards, building fancy funnels, launching low-ticket programs, you can waste years making little to no income, spinning your wheels in dead-end tactics, some of which are also extremely expensive, by the way, and you will help no one. And look, if you've been doing these things, it's totally normal, and it is not your fault. There are so many people out there teaching you to waste months and years building building this audience that you have no idea if they're going to convert or if they're even ideal clients for you. So it's not your fault if you've been doing these things, okay? But I want you to stop right now and get really focused and really strategic on these three things, and only these three things, because I get it. Like, I know there's so many people out there teaching you to just throw a ton of things against the wall to see what sticks, which makes most people completely overwhelmed by all the different marketing actions you think you should be taking. But again, you really don't have to. You can stop all that extra stuff today. You should stop all that extra stuff today. Simplify your marketing. Focus on these three actions and only these three actions, and making them better and better. And you can close four-figure contracts, soulmate clients, in a matter of days or weeks, not months or years or decades. And again, you'll get really clear on who your soulmate client is, so that you can only attract him or her going forward as you build your business. So no more hustling, trying everything, trying to do everything and seeing what works, and scrambling around to try to do all these different things, but no more hiding in busy work either. So let me tell you a little bit about me when I first started my business. And so when I first started my business, I was so nervous about working with people, all right? I was super nervous, and so I only offered a $35 e-course, an email coaching course. Now, needless to say, I really struggled to sell even one, because I was hiding. I changed my copy, I spent months building my website, I switched niches, all the while I was still trapped in this day job that wasn't even really aligned with my strengths. But when I finally started to focus on these 3 action steps that I just taught you, putting myself out there, talking to people, I started selling real packages and I started really, truly helping people achieve outcomes that they wanted. So I started with an $800 package and then a $3,000 package. And then I closed a $5,000 package and then I closed a $15,000 package. And my clients really took what I was teaching and ran with it. And I got clearer and clearer on who my soulmate clients actually were and who they weren't. And here's the other thing, right? As I started to automate, as I started to scale, my Facebook ads started to convert and bring in soulmate clients on autopilot. None of that happens. None of that happened while I was busy working on my website and hiding in busy work. So when you get committed to helping people at the highest level and taking these simple action steps, this can happen for you too, as I've seen it over and over with my clients. All right, shift number 4. Attract only soulmate clients and repel the rest. I love this shift because here's the thing is that once you're putting yourself out there, once you're taking action in this simple sales funnel that I've already outlined, you're not hiding in busy work. You're doing work you love. Now you can start attracting soulmate clients and repelling the rest. Now, your actions alone won't do it, but they will give you a very powerful mirror to see your default client patterns. Now, this is good news because you have to see them in order to be able to change them. So, one of my favorite quotes is from Wallace Wattles, who's the author of The Science of Getting Rich. And he says, whatever you habitually think yourself to be, that you are. And there's no stronger mirror than your business, a place where you do work that you love, and your ability to attract and convert ideal clients. So he goes on to say that no amount of prayer or affirmation will make you great if you still habitually regard yourself as being small. So that means when you're taking action, whether or not you're putting yourself out there, the kinds of decisions around what kind of action you're willing to take. Are you habitually regarding yourself as great, or are you habitually regarding yourself as small? So my experience is that if you are getting small now, meaning not enough sales, not enough clients, not soulmate clients, it's because you are habitually regarding yourself as small in some way or another. But once you start aligning your marketing actions, your packages, your thoughts with being great, greatness is going to be reflected back to you. And so the kinds of clients, the amount of money you can make, the prices that you can convert at, the prices that you can achieve and that you can package yourself in, are going to be in direct proportion to your capacity to receive it. And this is a direct reflection of your relationship with your value. So, I can't tell you, it's interesting because I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, well, I just can't wait until I don't have to do sales calls anymore. Or if I could just get more clients, then I'd feel better. Everything would be fine. And I get it. If you're like most of my clients before they started working with me, you probably feel nervous in the morning having to do sales and marketing stuff that is frustrating and awkward and 90% of the time gets you nowhere. But the action, it's the gold. It shows you those default patterns. It gives you everything that you need to change what you're attracting. So here's the thing, is if you're feeling anxious on sales calls, or you're avoiding them, or you're feeling insecure in your marketing, getting more clients is not going to make you feel better. In fact, until you can consistently only attract soulmate clients, getting more clients is going to make you feel worse. It's going to make you feel more burned out, more drained, more sacrifices for not that much money, because non-soulmate clients are not really paying you that well, right? So if you feel insecure in marketing and sales, how do you think you're going to feel when you get clients? You're going to magically feel confident and become a leader? No, you're still going to be walking on eggshells trying to make them happy. You're going to be answering emails at 2 a.m. You're going to be triggered by every minor complaint. The fears and insecurities will just magnify when they become a client. They'll just magnify when they become a client, especially when they're high ticket clients, especially when you're talking about converting 4-figure contracts, 5-figure contracts. All right, so the great news is though, when you become secure and confident in marketing and sales, you're gonna feel amazing when they become clients. It's gonna be easier to charge high prices, to raise your rates. It's gonna be easier to convert people. It's gonna be easier to attract only soulmate clients, right? And you're gonna feel great once they're clients. You're not gonna be triggered by every minor complaint. You're not gonna be answering emails at 2 a.m., right? So my favorite analogy is dating. If you feel insecure and needy and you dread dating, how do you think you're gonna feel once you get in a relationship? I get it, yeah, temporary high, right? But then you're gonna be constantly worried that they're gonna leave you. And how do you act? How do you feel when you're constantly worried that they're going to leave you? Well, maybe you're morphing yourself into the person that you think they want you to be. You're going to be anxious that you're going to make a mistake and they're going to leave, versus being able to show up confident and secure and express yourself authentically. And I don't want that for you. I don't want it for you in love or in your business. And I'm pretty sure that you don't want that either. And I know that if you don't transform who you're being in your marketing and sales, that's what's going to show up for you with your clients, is that you're going to be constantly worried that they're going to leave, and you're going to constantly feel like you have to morph yourself into somebody that you're not to keep them. Oh, it doesn't feel good. So how do we attract your soulmate clients and repel everybody else? Well, the first step, this is the most important step because most people miss this, and if you're working with the wrong patterns, you've stopped before you can even start. So the first thing is that you need to identify your default client patterns, your current client and prospect patterns. Now, I specifically designed the actions in the previous shift to help you see in 3D your default client patterns. So when you take the actions that I described, you're not going to be able to hide from your default client patterns. You're going to be able to see them very clearly. Now, again, this is good news. You have to be able to see them to be able to transform them. So what do I mean by a pattern? Well, this is your relationship with your value, and it shows up in your romantic relationships, your friendships, your family relationships. But in this context, we're talking about what shows up with your prospects and your clients. So if you find that you continue to get the same objections, the same kind of people keep showing up in your life, your relationship to them is similar, this is a pattern. Now, the beauty of the pattern is that you created it, which means you can change it because you're the common denominator. But when you make the problem out there about those people, you have zero power, none. When you realize that you're the one who keeps attracting prospects who can't afford it, flaky prospects, needy prospects, demanding and critical prospects, you can change it. There's so much power there. It's not about blaming yourself. It's really about seeing this beautiful power that you have, because even no prospects is a pattern. And when you can own that and see that, you can start to attract what you want instead. Now, if you've worked with personal development before, the idea of patterns may not be new to you. However, one of the biggest distinctions and one of the most common places I see people waste time and energy is spinning in trying to fix or heal the old wounds and old patterns. Now, it's not your fault. Most people teach it this way in personal development, but it isn't necessary. It really isn't, because whatever you need to see is going to show up for you. If it's important to see it, you will be able to see it in the action. So instead, what I want you to focus on is I want you to focus on your creation patterns. So what I mean by that is that when you start to step outside your comfort zone, put yourself out there in your business, take the actions that I mentioned above, you get visible, you talk to people one-on-one, you're going to start to see new patterns emerge that you didn't see before. Notice them. They are the most critical components to your ability to consistently attract and convert and retain soulmate clients. All right. So again, this is very distinctly different from your comfort zone pattern. So again, comfort zone patterns are the trap I see so many people get stuck in. This is where people blame themselves, or they try to fix or heal their blocks or their wounds. They wait to start their business, or they wait to take this action until they feel good enough, or they feel ready, or they have enough self-love or self-worth. And on top of that, the second layer is that they start spinning in circles, blaming themselves for these patterns. I should feel good enough already. I should be ready already. I should be over this pattern already, right? But it's a trap to feel like you have to look for these old patterns and fix them before you take action and get started. This is a major, major ego trick, is to try to fix old patterns before you get started, because every pattern that you need to see, it'll show up for you when you take creative action. All right, every pattern that you need to see will show up for you when you take creative action. And once you can see it, then you can transform it. So now the other big thing is that you can't transform these patterns sitting around. You can't clear or heal these wounds just sitting around. The best way to actually transform them is also in the action. Right? So transformation from default client attraction to soulmate client attraction, it has to happen in the action, in new creation. It can't happen in thinking alone. It can't happen in visualizing alone. And it actually can't happen in action taking alone. It must be the mind and the action must be combined. They must be aligned. Your action and your mindset must be aligned to transform from default client attraction to soulmate client attraction to create the kind of success that you're looking for, okay? So how do you become aware of your patterns and then transform them? Well, first, you have to start by asking yourself the right questions, right? It's about the right patterns, the creation patterns. It's so important. And as you start implementing your action plan, they're gonna show up. Now, you can also use this process when you want to raise your prices. So you want to start to notice, what kind of people am I attracting? What kinds of objections am I attracting? How do I feel in marketing? How do I feel in sales? How do I feel with my clients? How do I feel with my prospects? What's my inner dialogue about sales and marketing? What's my inner dialogue about raising my prices? And what's my inner dialogue about my results? Now, again, all these questions as you take action, and again, don't ask yourself these questions if you're not taking action. Once you take action, you want to start to just pay attention to the answers to these questions to see what is my default pattern, because that's going to show you your default pattern. Now, transforming the patterns, it's extremely multi-layered, but once you learn how to do it, and listen, it's not something that I really could do justice teaching in this short training, but once you learn the steps, you can transform these patterns very quickly and reap the rewards and the deep and lasting transformations that, go through your entire life and all of your relationships. So being able to transform these patterns is huge, 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 huge. But big picture process, because I want to kind of let you understand. I don't want to oversimplify it, but I also want to make sure that you understand kind of the big picture process. So number one is that you have to take creative action, right? So you have to move towards your goals. If you're just sitting around, you can't transform them. Number two is that you want to notice your current default patterns, as I outlined before, who you're attracting, etc. Now, number three, once you start to notice these current default patterns, there are two more steps in transforming it. Number one, you want to notice your role in creating this pattern, okay? You want to notice your role in creating this pattern. You want to look at your assumptions. You want to look at your limiting beliefs. You want to look at who you are being. And then the fourth thing is that you want to transform it in the action. So if you have a limiting belief, you want to shift it in the action. You want to challenge your assumptions in the action. You want to transform who you're being in the action. So if I oversimplify it, again, it might look something like this. So let's say that your creative action that you're taking is that you've just raised your prices and you are inviting a hot prospect into a sales conversation, into an enrollment conversation. Well, let's say that the current pattern is that the prospect tells you now is not the right time. Now, your role in creating this pattern is looking at how does it make you feel that they said that now's not the right time? What are your assumptions? What are your limiting beliefs? Who are you being, right? And so maybe that means you feel defeated, you feel sad. You start to second guess your market. You start to second guess your prices, your authority, your package. You're showing up, who you're being is you're showing up as needy instead of secure. Now, when you transform it in the action, that means that you still have to get back out there, get back on the horse, and keep those prices raised and keep inviting more and more prospects into sales conversations. And you have to transform who you're being every single prospect that you talk to, every single person that you talk to, invite into a sales conversation. So change the meaning, work with the feeling, decide the kind of relationship that you want instead. Show up as confident, show up as not needing to be as secure, not being worried about being seen as insecure. Don't avoid rejection. You know, the next prospect that tells you they don't value it, you challenge and you change the meaning that you've made about that. Decide who you want to be, work with that feeling, bring that beingness. The pattern will start to change and the outer world will start to mirror your inner world. You will start to attract and close soulmate clients only. And so again, I'm trying to oversimplify this so you can see how the big picture process works, but there are a lot of ways that you can transform and you can see these different patterns. There are a lot of ways that I work with my clients to do this, because when you start taking the actions I've outlined, the default patterns, they emerge. They emerge in your waking life, but you can also see them in visualizations. You can get deeper clarity in your dreams, and then you can transform them. You can transform the patterns in your action, in your waking life, in your creative action. You can also start to do some transformation. You can kind of practice in your mind by doing visualization, active imagination, feeling work, shadow work, dream work as well. So there are a lot of different ways you can come at this. So if one thing isn't working, you just bring in another tool to transform it, okay? If one tool isn't working, you bring in another tool to transform it. But that's the big picture process that you need to do to be able to transform this pattern from default to soulmate. All right, so to recap, to close 3 new soulmate clients in 24 hours, first, you have to identify your soulmate clients. Second, you have to create a 4-figure outcome-based offer and focus your marketing efforts at selling that offer. 3, you have to do the 3 simple step action plan that I outlined to market and sell within 24 hours into this premium offering. And your focus is on booking enrollment conversations by engaging with them one-on-one in the places that they're hanging out and doing a handful of high-quality content marketing pieces each month. And then number 4 is that you have to transform your default client patterns to attract soulmate clients in the action. Now, the cool thing about this is that when you do this, your income starts to transform very quickly, very rapidly. You can have a very small community and make 6 figures. So the more easily you can attract soulmate clients and repel everybody else, guess what happens to your income? So it means that you can have, let's say, let me walk you through a couple examples. So let's say that your list, your social media following, let's say it's 100 people or less, right? If you can draw out and close 10 soulmate clients at a $5,000 initial package, you've made $50,000, right? Now let's say you're able to, because you're in service, because you are committed to helping people, and half those people need help beyond that initial package, you upsell them into a year-long package at $15,000. Now you have $125,000 revenue with 10 clients. That's it. You could go a year before needing to do any list building if you were able to pull out 10 soulmate clients on your list of 100. It means you don't need thousands of people in your community to make 6 figures or hundreds of clients. Using another example, you could get only 2 clients a month. So that's 24 clients, 2 new clients a month, only 24 clients a year. And if over the average of the entire year, you only sold them into a $6,000 package, that's it. $6,000 for the entire year. That's all you'd have to do. That would be $144,000. It's only 2 new clients a month. That's pretty doable, right? Versus the standard way of needing a list of 2,000 people and struggling to close 100 of those people into a $500 package that they may or may not take action on, they may or may not appreciate. Just kind of, spinning your wheels, trying everything that, overwhelmed, trying to throw everything against the wall to do list building, spending big money on ads that you don't even know if they're going to work or not, hiring social media marketing consultants, hours and hours on Pinterest to drive traffic to your website that only gets 5 to 10 hits a day, that only converts to 1 lead a month that may or may not close. Right? Like, this is so much easier. So much easier, and is so focused on serving people at the highest level. Now, the good news is that if you did build all this infrastructure, if you have all this infrastructure, a big list or a social media following, using the tools that I've outlined is going to transform that into a gold mine for you and for your clients. I heard a story recently of this woman who had, a list of clients, and she did this enrollment conversation, and when her package was, it was like $300, that was too expensive for her client, and when her package was $600, that was still too expensive, but when she shifted it to $3,000, finally her client was able to afford it. It's kind of magical how it works like that. So, all right, and finally, shift number 5. Do not DIY this. Get help from an expert. All right, so statistics show the American Society of Training and Development, ASTD, did a study on accountability and found the following statistics. The probability of completing a goal if you have an idea or a goal, 10%. You consciously decide that you'll do it, 25%, that's it. You decide when you'll do it, 40%. You plan how you'll do it, 50%. You commit to someone that you'll do it, 65%. You have a specific accountability appointment with a person you've committed to, 95%. Now, imagine the success rate if you actually get help from an expert. So, someone who is an expert at helping you achieve the goal that you want. Now, and somebody that helps you set the right goal to begin with. Half of the problem of attracting soulmate clients is that people set the wrong goal to begin with. They start with the wrong problem. They start with the wrong symptom. So you have to have somebody help you with the right goal. But also learn how to master all the skills and the action steps to maximize effectiveness. You need someone who knows how to help you transform the mindset. So the best way to prioritize your current resources, your time, your money, your energy, if you want soulmate clients and only soulmate clients, is to get expert help and coaching. Someone who specializes in this. Because here's the thing, the ego is very sneaky. It's very sneaky at distracting you. It'll trick you into settling for less than ideal clients. It'll trick you into charging less than you're worth. It'll trick you into thinking that you're helping people when really you're hiding, you're enabling, or you're more committed to being liked and being comfortable than actually helping people. So you need someone skilled at helping you see this and stop it in its tracks before you end up with a practice full of non-ideal clients who pay you peanuts compared to what your work is worth, or you just continue to attract no clients and barely enough clients to scrape by. So here's the thing. If you don't hire the right person to help you, if you hire the wrong person, they might help you make money, but it's not going to be work that you love day in and day out, that's aligned with your strengths. You might build a business, but one where you're stressed out about every launch, you're scrambling, you're answering emails at 2 a.m., you're not relaxed or in love with your business, you're not soulmate clients. You've created a business where money is your master, instead of creating a business that serves your purpose and allows you to work only with soulmate clients. Now, if you hire the wrong person, they might also give you 1,000 different ideas, tell you just to pick some, throw something up against the wall, see what sticks. It's going to make you feel like your to-do list is a mile long and you can never complete it. It's overwhelming, and I see it time and time again. It results in analysis paralysis, confusion, and little to zero results. Now, if you buy a course instead of actually getting personalized support, you might misdiagnose the problem yourself. You might be shooting for the wrong goal. I can't tell you how much money I wasted learning about social media and webinars before I even had a sales funnel in place that I could actually use those tools to make money and attract soulmate clients. So that's what happens if you hire the wrong person to help you. Now, if you don't invest in help at all, you're limited to what you already know. And that's the knowledge that's gotten you as far as your current results. And so you're limited to what you don't know. You're limited to what you don't know you don't know. You're limited to what your significant others or your friends or non-expert advisors know. And if they aren't experts, if your friends, if your significant other, if they aren't experts, if they don't live and breathe this, and not only live and breathe this, but have a track record of helping and training other people and doing this too, there are huge limitations. And like I said, the biggest problem is that people start with the wrong goal. They diagnose the wrong problem. I see people get stuck for years and settle for years and for decades because they keep trying to fix the wrong thing. Now, when you hire the right person, what you're going to be looking for is that they have to be trained in helping you discover hidden blind spots to immediately connect with and convert soulmate clients in your current sphere of influence. I see this time and time again. People don't even see it, and it's like immediately there are opportunities right in front of your face that you couldn't see. And so it's amazing to be able to discover those hidden blind spots very, very quickly with people who are already right there. The right person is going to help you create a business model that's customized to you and is unique to your zone of genius and your strengths. They're going to help ensure that you have the mindset not only to create more money, but also feel secure in spending it, feel free to spend it. I mean, it's a huge distinction. They're going to hold you accountable, not just doing everything they tell you to do, but to your version of success, finding and living your unique purpose, your unique potential, loving the results, but also loving the journey. So that when you do get the results that you want, you're excited and inspired to go to the next level, not exhausted and ready for a vacation. All right? They can also help you with any resistance that comes up, because resistance is inevitable. It's critical, actually, because much like weightlifting, without it, there is no growth. But if you will power through it, you will burn out. And if you get paralyzed by it, you will have no business. You will have a hobby, a not very great hobby at that, right? So you can't willpower through it, and you cannot get paralyzed by it because it is unsustainable. So you need somebody who knows how to help you navigate resistance and use it as a tool to your advantage, not, again, somebody that's going to make you just bulldoze through it, which is going to create burnout, or just let it stop you in your tracks either. You also need somebody who's well-versed in the psychology of high performance, potential, success, and sales. The inner game is as much important as the outer game, okay? And you need somebody who's going to stretch you to create faster for you and as fast as you can create, but without the burnout or the hustle. So here's the thing. When you find the right person, when you hire the right person, I am not talking about throwing money at the problem, right? This does not work. But if you wanted to be a world-class piano player, what you would do is that you would find and you'd hire the best piano teacher that you could. But you would also, you'd show up prepared. You'd do all the exercises, you'd practice in between sessions to get the outcomes that you want. So investing in coaching and in mentoring and expert help is the same thing. You are hiring the best to help you, and you are showing up to get the outcome that you want. Now, the other thing is that investing in mentoring and coaching and expert help, it should be seen as an investment, not as a cost. All right? You should be able to look at the kind of ROI that you're expecting to get and the timeline in which you are expecting to get it. Okay? Now, the other thing I want you to think about is that learning your craft, learning your service. So if you're a graphic designer, learning how to do graphic design. If you're an image consultant, learning how to consult someone on someone's image. You know, learning your craft and learning how to sell it are two very different skills. And people, I see it time and time again, people invest hundreds of thousands of dollars on these skills and in their craft and in their service. They get undergraduate degrees, graduate degrees, training programs for their expertise. They get loans, they borrow money, they get resourceful, they make it happen because it's a top priority, because it's important. But all this training, all that education in your craft and your service, it is a lost cost. It is a sunk cost if you don't learn how to sell it. If you don't invest in learning how to sell it, you will be 3 feet from gold. You will be so close yet so far away if you don't invest in learning the skills and the mindset to sell yourself and your services. So finally, is that I recommend that you choose somebody that you trust and you feel connected to, someone that has your best interest at heart and really cares about you and cares about your success and cares about helping you achieve the outcomes that you want, and cares about helping you help your clients, right? There's nothing more exciting than to see how my clients have helped their clients achieve outcomes. So you have to be driven and committed to taking action and following the steps and asking for help when you need it. And that's about hiring the right person to help you. All right, so today, I promised you how to get clarity on who your soulmate clients are so you can attract only them. I talked about how to repel needy, demanding, critical clients who constantly ask you for freebies and extras and leave you feeling drained and exhausted. I talked about why low prices are actually hurting your clients and what to do instead. And we talked about what it really takes, the secret to attracting only high quality leads who value you and can afford your rates no matter what they are. And finally, I taught you a step-by-step strategy to close 3 new Soulmate Ideal clients in 24 hours into a premium 4-figure package and never worry about money again. All right, so today we talked about the 5 things that you need to win. Number 1, identify your soulmate clients. Number 2, create an irresistible premium offer for them. Number 3, find and close them in 24 hours with 3 simple actions. Number 4, attract only soulmate clients and repel the rest. And finally, number 5, do not DIY this, get expert help. So these 5 shifts alone are enough to close 3 new Soulmate Ideal clients in 24 hours into a premium package. Now, you have a choice. So you can do nothing at this point, and you can keep your income where it is. You can keep sacrificing, keep making your family sacrifice the things that you and they really want. You can keep coming home from work exhausted, drained, nothing left to gift to your family and friends. You can keep attracting prospects who just want free advice, tire kickers, people who can't afford your rates and waste time with endless questions, taking weeks, months, years to close at low price point packages. You can waste another 6 months or 6 weeks hoping something's going to change and risk having to beg for your old day job back where you were underappreciated and undervalued. And every single day having your significant other feel more and more resentful that you're not contributing. You can continue to attract clients who have unrealistic expectations of you and are constantly asking for freebies, discounts, and extras. You can never have any time off for vacations, and if you do, they're bare bones, bare minimum, and your mind is still focused on work and clients, not able to really relax. You can continue to struggle to attract soulmate clients who pay you what you're worth, allow you to shine, and value your expertise. Or you can do something. And you can only accept high quality soulmate clients who appreciate you, value you, and are happy to pay your price no matter what it is, and feel lucky that they found you, who become walking billboards for your work. You'll get to deliver your services in a way where you feel energized, lit up, and inspired, and you leave work feeling relaxed, fulfilled, and fully present for your friends and family. You can do something and you can get to say no to non-ideal clients and let go of clients who complain or are demanding without worrying how you're going to pay the bills. You get to feel relaxed at work, so you don't need so much vacation time, but when you do it guilt-free. You can have influence in your industry, able to reach out to and collaborate with the best of the best in your field. You can spend time at work indulging in your creative ideas, mastering the delivery of your service to your clients. You can feel good and at ease spending money on yourself, your business, and others. And finally, you can make a real difference in your prospects and your clients' lives and live your true purpose. So if that's something that you want, I've set aside some time in the next week to talk to you about how to apply these 5 shifts in your business. And the cost is free. However, the catch is this: it's not for everyone. All right, so this is right for you if you are a new or experienced service-based entrepreneur who wants a full-time income in your business. This is not supplemental, not hobby income. So it doesn't mean that we can't get you moving in the direction of working part-time or 20 hours a week and making 6 figures. It just means that this can't be a hobby for you where you're happy making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a year. You have to be 100% committed to serving your clients with high quality work and have a lifelong commitment to excellence in your industry. This means that you consider yourself an expert or you are an aspiring expert in your industry. You have to have a lifelong commitment to personal development. So you must see the value of working on the inner game and how important it is to growing your business. You also have to be committed to living your purpose. Your purpose has to be a top priority in your life, and your actions and your decisions are aligned with this. You must be coachable, insightful, self-aware. You must take responsibility for what you've created in your life, your patterns, and you're excited to create something new. And you must be resourceful and ready to take action in your business. So this is not right for you if you don't know what you want to sell, or you're selling somebody else's services, or you're selling a product, all right? This is not right for you if you are only in it for the money and you don't care about helping people, if you don't have high standards for the quality of your work. This is not right for you if you blame others and your circumstances for why you cannot make a change. This isn't right for you if you're constantly seeking other people's permission to follow your dreams. You have to have your own permission to follow your dreams. This isn't right for you if you want to piecemeal it, if you want to DIY it, if you want to waste time and do things, try to do everything in your business as cheaply as possible and waste a ton of time. And this is not right for you if you often let confusion, fear, resistance stop you from taking action. Now, we all have confusion, we all have fear, we all have resistance, right? And I know how to help you work with that. That's fine. But if you're constantly letting it paralyze you, then this is not right for you. All right, so, why are we doing this? So on this call, what you're gonna get is that you're gonna get crystal clarity on your goals. You're gonna discover what's been stopping you from attracting and converting only soulmate clients. And you're gonna learn what you need in place to sell your first or more 4-figure packages and reach your income goals. So if you want me to help you, and I think it's a good fit, I might invite you to become one of the new clients that I take on this month. So, and if we decide to work together, I'll take you through the process that I've taken my other clients through to finally identify that soulmate client to create and sell your first $1,500, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 package and only attract soulmate clients into your business. And I expect you to be able to sell your first 4-figure package within the first 6 weeks, if not much more. So if that's you, I want you to go ahead and grab a spot right now. There's gonna be you can click on the button that appears, or you can go ahead and go to this link above. What's gonna happen is that I want you to go do it right now. It's gonna take you to my calendar page. You're gonna see all the available appointment times, so just grab whichever one works for you. Now after that, so go ahead and do that right now. And then after that, it's going to take you to a short application, fill it in, and then what's going to happen is that we'll get on the call together at the appointment time that you picked. And I'm telling you, it is going to be the best hour that you've ever spent working on your business. So go ahead, go to the link, click the button, and I will speak to you very, very soon. So excited. Can't wait to support you in attracting and converting only soulmate clients. So excited. So, the last thing that I want to leave you with is a story about one of my clients, Stephanie. So before going through my system, Stephanie was feeling really frustrated in her work. She was working an unpredictable schedule. She was way underpaid for her value. She was being paid $16 an hour. The work was stressful. Her clients were pushy and disrespectful. She told me she spent many evenings locked in her room doing unpaid work while her 3-year-old at the time was begging her dad to let her see me in the back room where I was working. She said I was stressed and working too hard for such little money, and the stress was affecting my relationship with both my husband and my daughter. Now, after 6 weeks of working with me, Stephanie closed her first 4-figure contract, $2,150, which was 5 times her previous hourly rate. But beyond the money, Stephanie told me that after working together, she now believes that what she teaches has deep intrinsic value, and it's a gift that she wants to share with the world. She said, I literally empower women and men from all over the world to build their careers and make their voices heard in their communities and workplaces. How beautiful is that? I also see now that my mindset has the power to open me up or close me off to opportunities. And I don't have to buy the age-old stories that attach themselves to my feelings. She told me that she owned a small business in the past and she did it alone. But this time around, working with me, she noticed a huge increase in motivation when she had someone who gave her direction and feedback and challenged her to challenge her thoughts and her motives. And she said, for the first time in my entrepreneurial life, I didn't feel alone. Kristen doesn't let you off the hook. She pushes you to find the very edge of your comfort zone so that you can grow yourself and your business. And she said, most importantly, I love that spirituality and mindset is an integral part of her process. Sure, it's a numbers game at some level, but you have to dig deeper to reap the real rewards. And finally, she says, if someone is on the fence about working with Kristen, just do it. Only good will come from it. Just invest in yourself and believe in yourself enough to know that you will receive your investment back and then some. So I so loved working with Stephanie and helping her achieve those results, and I can't wait to do the same with you. So again, make sure you click on the link, click on the button, go to the link, pick a time on the calendar, fill out the form, and I will talk to you very, very soon. So it has been so great spending time with you today. I can't wait to talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.